Hi, my name's Todd, and welcome to what I'm calling indoor salad growing. And some of this is talking about hydroponics and also growing salad greens and microgreens in dirt, and also setting up a very small hydroponic system that I'll go over and show you how I did that. I started out by looking at how I could grow continuous salad for our family, and how I could feed a family of 4 with continuous salad greens by doing both gardening outside and then moving it indoors during the winter. What I've learned is that growing salad greens outdoors can be very frustrating due to bugs and weather. So what I've done is actually set up a very small system indoors in my basement. And I know that a lot of people are interested in how to do that kind of setup, because you've got a lot of YouTubes that are very large setups of hydroponics, and then you've got these other setups that are done indoors, and it seems like it would take a lot of money to do that. What I'm looking at is how do I create a very small hydroponics setup, and then also growing in dirt for both microgreens, and then also for growing some salad greens that I don't have the room to do in the hydroponic system, and putting that together on a 5-shelf system that includes some hydroponics and then also growing in the dirt in very shallow containers, using the actual hydroponics nutrients in the soil, and then also using those nutrients in the water for the hydroponic system. Now, the basis of this system is built on a 5-shelf shelf that you can buy in Lowe's or Home Depot. The shelving itself, it's on wheels, so it can be rolled around. This one doesn't move very much because it's connected to a hydroponics tub with 25 gallons of water in it, but you could move this around if you didn't have that. But this shelving system goes for about $47 in any Lowe's or Home Depot. You'll notice that the system itself is composed of a hydroponic setup with two tubs that are what I would call, they're not deep, they're only about 6 inches deep, and they have water going through the system. The water in these tubs is coming from a larger tub that I bought. It's a 27 gallon tub. It has the piping going straight to it. And if you look inside, you'll see that the PVC pipe is going in there. It's got an aeration, and then it has a pump. The pump then pumps out of here, goes straight up to a connector. The connector has I have an actual valve on that, so they can get regulated from this setup to the other setup. It's going into these 2 tubs here. I got these actually from Walmart. They're probably about $5 a piece. They're not very expensive. Did some drilling with 3-inch drill hole cutter, and then I was able to put these little neti cups. You'll notice this one's empty, but you can buy these neti cups in pretty much any hydroponic store. I've got lettuce growing in here. You'll see this lettuce is growing very well. This lettuce is only a couple weeks old. It's amazingly green, and it's got quite a root system going, which I'll show you. Right here I've got some extra curly parsley growing. I just planted those a few days ago. They're just starting to come up, and I planted them, let them grow for a little while, and then put them in the neti cups. Once they start growing, really growing, so they start getting I don't think there's any roots on these yet. I think this one might have had some roots. You can see there, you can see the little tiny baby roots coming out of there. Once those start really going, then I will put some of these hydrotone pebbles. You'll see these pebbles here, little hydrotone pebbles, and those go in the hydroponic system to help the plants to have a little bit of something to grow into, and then also it also helps the water to wick up into the plants as they're growing. You'll see this lettuce is growing very well. Got a nutrient solution going in this hydroponics in these tubs. The solution is getting pumped into the tubs, and you can see in here I've got an air stone, and I've got very white roots growing in the lettuce, going very well. System pumps the water from the pump that you saw in the tub, the 25 or 27 gallon tub, pumps it into the back and then runs down. And then both of these have actual connectors that ran a PVC pipe that goes all the way around the shelf and around to the back to where the 27 gallon tub is. So it's pumping out of that tub, it's going through the plants. The plants are getting the nutrients from the nutrient solution that I'm putting in there, and then running directly into these PVC pipes. These are actually, you can actually lift these. I have this so that you can lift these out. They're a little bit heavy, so I can't really do it. But they can lift right out of here, and I can take them out when they're done growing. I can clean those. I can put another tea in here, put one more tea in, and actually put another tub in there. It have to be a little bit smaller tub due to the shelf space. But that's the hydroponics system set up on this, and you'll see that there's two of those that I have. It's more of a proof of concept, but as time has gone on, it's actually growing well, and I'm using the hydroponics setup for growing mostly lettuce, trying other things, and I'll keep trying different types of plants in here. I've been already harvesting some of these. This one right here actually was about the same size as this one. I harvested it already, chopped it right off, and now I've got new leaves growing. I expect that I'll get maybe a couple more harvests out of that as it grows to the same size as these. These are going very well. I'll be pulling these out probably pretty soon. We'll probably be eating those for salad. You'll notice that's the hydroponics setup on these shelves, and they're just put on. These bins are put on here, and then water runs out of those bins and goes around the back, and then goes into this 27 gallon tub, which just sits here on the floor. You'll also notice that the shelves have these basic, just dirt-filled growing bins that I've set up. These bins you can buy these in Walmart. This one's about 6 inches. It's about 20 something inches long by about 15 or so. And I've got multiple bins like that growing. I've got two on the bottom here. That one's got lettuce growing in it. I'm actually doing a comparison of that lettuce and the lettuce growing hydroponically to see which one will grow faster. Of course, this lettuce has already started way before this one down here, but this one down here is about a week and a half, 2 weeks old. I expect to see the lettuce growing very well out of that as well in the dirt. This is kale. I've got a bunch of kale growing in this bin, and the way that I'm doing this is it's not to grow beautiful kale and lettuce that has lots of space. It's to grow it for mass and to grow as much as possible in a small amount of space. And the way I'm doing this is I have dirt in here. Dirt is this is dirt that I bought. It's potting soil, but it's got extra mix in it of some other things. And I bought that, put them in the bins, different types of bins. These are the same as the ones down there. These are just these are actually bins for setting up seedlings. This right here is a it's a red lettuce variant. It's like a chard that's growing here, and that's actually been growing for quite a while. That's about 2 months old. We've been picking through it, cutting new leaves off as we've been eating, and just continuously cutting it, and it keeps growing. This is spinach here. The spinach has been growing for about 4 weeks. We've been continually cutting that as well, and also cutting this is Swiss chard growing in here in this top bin. Swiss chard we cut regularly and use that in our salads. One of the things that I'm doing that helps these to continue to grow in these bins with the short amount of, very small amount of dirt, is I'm using this nutrient. It's used in both the hydroponics tubs, but I'm also using Maxi-Grow in the dirt, and I'm mixing that with the water as I water the plants in the dirt, and it's going extremely well. I've had absolutely no problems growing for long periods of time. The salad greens in the dirt, the nutrients help that to continue to grow, even though you've only got about, you know, 1.5 inches of dirt in these and about 2 inches in these bins, and that's been growing really well. It's easy to continually harvest with that, and I could grow more hydroponics. I could put more of these bins here. I could put them up top, and I could start piping those in and putting those bins on the top. But for now, I'm trying both, seeing which one grows better. From what I've seen, there's actually advantages to using both methods, and I think it's definitely good also to do experimentation with both methods and see what you end up with. You'll notice this bin right here. This is just it's actually a turkey tin that I started out with when I started this probably about 4 months ago. Started using these metal tin bins. That's okay. They grow fine. In fact, this lettuce here is about 3 months old, and it's been picked almost clean. This whole bin was full of lettuce. It was very, very full, and it was growing very well. And we just kept eating it, and now it's down to what you see here is left. And I'll be replanting. I won't be using the metal tins any longer. I'm going to go straight to using these plastic bins again. And I may use these. I'm still experimenting with the depth that's in these and using the nutrients and seeing how things grow. But as you can see, the leaves in here are very healthy. Everything is very healthy. There's no issues with the growing with the nutrients in the dirt. Spinach here is very good, very healthy, and the Swiss chard here is definitely very healthy, and it tastes very good in a salad. So with this system, with both the hydroponics tubs growing, the lettuce here and other things, and also the bins that I've had set up with dirt in them, what you can get out of this is a very, very good salad-based growing for greens that you would use in your salads on a daily basis. You can come down every day as you're growing, do your watering, checking your plants, getting rid of some of the dead plants, and then you just take some of the salad greens that have matured, you take them upstairs, you get them ready for dinner, you wash them off, and you almost every day this will continue to grow, and as long as you keep growing and you keep taking care of it, this is one way to start literally a home-based salad growing solution. You'll also notice that right here I've got microgreens, which I just started growing microgreens. It's something I don't have a lot of experience in, but I started off with these small growing containers. This is mixed salad, mixed lettuce greens at the very young age. Microgreens, as they're just sprouting, and then they're starting to get about 2 inches tall. We've already started taking some of these for salads, and they're very good. These are sunflower seeds that have gone to microgreens. They sprout. You let them go for about 10 days, and you can start cutting those and using those in your salad as well. They're really good. They've got lots of nutrients in both of these, and they're very salads, toppings on salads. These could be used in your sandwiches, putting them on top of sandwiches. They're very tasty and very good for you. So that's kind of an overview of the shelving system and how it's been put together. What I have on the shelving system as far as the hydroponics tubs, and then the dirt that's growing. So with all this combined, you could put this together very cheaply. It doesn't take a lot to buy the bins. They're, like I said, they're about $5 a piece, somewhere around there. You make sure you get the tops for those. The shelving itself was about $47 or $50, somewhere between $47 and $50 for a 5-level shelf that you can buy, like I said, at Lowe's or Home Depot. I'm using most of my top shelves right now for my nutrients, for my watering containers. I also have one of the things you need is pH, checking your pH regularly. So you've got to actually check your pH, and there's different ways you can do that. You can do that with electrical devices that check pH, or you can buy a very simple kit like this and check your pH in your water. It's really important that you're running a pH for lettuce. I typically run it about between 5.5 and 6, and testing that on a daily basis or every other day, depending, just to make sure that my water is running where it should be. Put this back here, sorry. I've got air stones in both of the hydroponics setups. I've got air stones running. If you open these up, you see lots of air going in there. That air makes all of your roots very nice and white. Lots of oxygenation, which is what the plants need, and it oxygenates the water, so keeps it from stagnating at all as it's being pumped through, and as it's going through the system. You'll notice I've got the water right at the base, right below the bottom of each one of these neti cups, and the roots are going down into those and getting oxygenated. So it's all working very well. I've had this for about 3.5, 4 months total. Like I said, I started this off with a PVC version of this, with what I made is PVC shelves. That didn't work so well. Once I started adding on the weight of the lights. Currently I've got lights on each level, the 3 different levels, and then the top level I don't have any lights on, but the lights are fluorescents. I've got three bulbs in each one of those. Those are 5,000, no, actually they're 6,500 Kelvin bulbs. They're grow lamps that I bought. You can actually get those in Home Depot or Lowe's as well. Just make sure that you buy the grow lights, and it says grow lights with a high Kelvin rating on them. So that's pretty much the solution that I've set up. I hope that this has been helpful to anybody who wants to build something like it, who wants to grow indoor greens during the winter, and I hope that helps give you some ideas of what you might be able to do. If you have any questions, feel free to send me your questions on.